Hope you are doing very well, guys. So in this video, what we are going to see about the Redux with the React in the application. So in the last video, we have seen a little bit of theory and the structure and the flow diagram for the Redux through the React. So in this one, we are going to see the folder structures in our React project and how we are going to install the Redux via npm. Alright, so let's go to the code then and start installation with your Redux first. So I'll type a command, open up the terminal and type command npm install react redux. It will take a couple of seconds to install it. You'll require it, and then I'll show you the folder structure and the files as well, so how it flows. Okay, let's go to the package.json and I'll see over here. I'll show you this is the React Redux which we have installed. And another thing will require it. I've already installed it, so you can install the redux-thunk as well, and this redux-devtools-extension. So I'll type this command in the description in the video, so you can get the commands from out there as well. Okay, let's go to the store.js. Start with the store.js file. This is the pretty much standard file which you'll see in all of the projects. And here, either you can use the redux-thunk or even the redux saga. So there's a difference between those. So I'm using redux-thunk. So let's start with these importing create a store and apply middleware from the Redux and the compose dev tools, which we are going to pass it to our store, because to accessing the store first you need to create it. So for that, so I'm passing the root reducer and the initial state into my store first, and with this compose dev tools. So this is pretty much a standard, like if you are starting your express server and you need to add a bunch of the commands over there. So in the same way, you need to create your store, and then this store is going to consume by your React application. So once you created this store, now you go to the app.js file and import this store. And to use the store, you'll have to use the provider into your application, and in this provider you have to wrap it into the provider, and the provider just wrap the entire application into this provider and pass the store as a props into it. So now you are ready to use the store into your React application. Now come back to the folder structure. If I just close everything, you'll see the actions reducers folder. So in the diagram we have seen, from your component we goes to action and then action goes to reducer. So let's go to the action first. Let's go to the component first. So from my login component, I'm going to call these actions, and the action will be like test redux. So now the test redux, I'm going to dispatch it from my component to the action. Now it will go to your action, and in action you will see one file test redux.js. So it contains your types. Types is basically nothing, it's just constants, which I'll show you here. It's just a constants like your strings, so there will be different types. Right now I'll just add it as a test, otherwise you can add it as your any of the service callings as well, or anything. So in your action you'll have this action which is going to dispatch some actions, so which is going to dispatch your type and the payload, because these types is going to be used by your reducer as well. So once you dispatch it, so from your action it goes to your reducers. So now you go to the reducer, and you will reducer, there will be two files. I'll tell you what it is. But once you dispatch an action, it goes to your this file which is the same name as into the action, and over here what you'll see, again this test redux is there, which is the type which is a constant, and because there will be different actions, and reducers, it's a collection of different actions. So how you are going to handle it? With the help of the switches. So with the help of switch, you will see which action is coming, and then you will update that state according to that action. So over here I receive test redux, and then I'm returning the state. So I'm taking the old state and adding my new state into it. So in this way reducer will have the new state. and it is going to update into my store again, and then from the reducer it goes back again to the component over here in the test redux. So right now I'm not using it anywhere, but I'll show you it in the console. Once you dispatch an action, so it goes to your reducer over here, and then I'm just console logging to show you what it contains in the action, because generally it will contain your type and payload. So let's go to the application then. So let me just clear it. Let me click on login. Once I log in it, let's type 123. There is no check over there. It directly flows it. And then if you go to the console, so typed it here. So earlier I have already used, so that's why it is showing 3 times. But for the last, if you'll see, so action is you dispatch an action which is having the payload type as a test redux and the payload is as a test password. So now these two things is into your store. So now you can consume it anywhere into your application. So that thing we are going to see into action in this application only, but not now. So, and even though the another thing which I want to show is your Redux tools. So this is your Redux tool. This is how you see the actions, states. These are the actions which fired. Test Redux, test Redux. This is the 2 times which I clicked it already, and it will contain all of your state in it, like message test password. All right. Okay. So in this one, I just wanted to show you the basic steps and basics folder structure what you need for the Redux to start at least, and then we will write some actions and reducers, and how we are going to consume it from our for our React application. As of now, that's all, guys. Hope you might understand something. We'll come back to you again. Thank you.